those who knew her, Wangari Maathai was a force to be reckoned with. A globally recognised eco-warrior and campaigner for human rights, her environmental roots were planted in 1977 when she founded the Green Belt movement. It earned her the nickname the Tree Mother of Africa. To date, the NGO has planted over 50 million trees, and through it, her legacy lives on.
The Green Belt movement continues to be a critical voice in two areas. One, I think, certainly in the protection of urban green spaces, but also in the protection of our forested mountains. I think that is really the core work. It remains the core work of the Green Belt movement, is to ensure that our forested mountains are protected, restored, especially because they're largely degraded. We have a very friendly ministry or Department of Environment and an incredibly active and supportive Cabinet Secretary in the environment. No, this is as friendly an environment as we could ever ask for. But we still must work together. We still must ensure that enforcement happens. It's tough, and nobody can do it alone.
Overseas, Wangari's activism won praise, but in Kenya it put her on a collision course with the then President Daniel Arap Moi. In 1989, she successfully stopped a multi-million-dollar business complex from being built in Nairobi's Uhuru Park. Then, in 1998, Karura Forest came under threat when Moi was discovered to be giving away chunks of it to his political allies.
This probably shows how angry people can get when they realize that neither the government nor the Minister for Environment is really doing enough to protect the few remaining forests from very greedy and selfish grabbers who are subdividing the forest and developing it into private houses.
We all take bow to her because it's her who led us to protect this forest. And the fight was vicious. She had to be hospitalized after brutally being beaten here in the forest.
In 2004, Maathai became the first African woman and environmentalist to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Today, the tranquility of Karura Forest is a world away from past scenes of violence and destruction. It provides jobs for disenfranchised communities and currently receives around 18,000 visitors each month. But this rich ecosystem is still under threat. Some 470 illegal title deeds dished out under Moi are still being bitterly fought for.
This resource belongs to the people of Kenya. It cannot belong to an individual. So give up on these titles, return them to the ministry, let the ministry either compensate you or do something with it. But there is no forest to give. In the first instance, it was irregular, it was illegal.
Wangari Maathai's death from cancer at the age of 71 brought tributes from around the world. The Green Belt movement and organisations like Friends of Karura Forest know the fight must go on to realise Maathai's vision and encourage Kenya's future generation to plant the seeds for a better future. Clementine, Logan, CCTV, Nairobi, Kenya.